At least 290 people have been confirmed to have died in last week's 6.2 magnitude earthquake, which destroyed and damaged dozens of towns in central parts of Italy. Recovery teams are continuing to work in the town of Amatrice in the centre of the country, where more bodies have been found deep in the rubble, as an investigation is launched to determine how some earthquake-strengthened buildings simply collapsed. This is an earthquake-prone region, and some buildings had been strengthened against the earthquakes. Many of them simply did not survive. At least 290 people have been confirmed dead. It is a tragedy, and it's affecting an entire region. Here's Alex Ashton.
Some relief amidst the despair as emergency workers continued to comb the ruins for the dead in the hillside town of Amatrice. Volunteers flocked to a nearby town to treat those who survived. Amatrice was due to host a food festival over the weekend, but instead volunteers moved the festival to the town of Sant'Angelo, where survivors of last week's 6.2 magnitude quake have been living in a tent camp. They were treated to the pasta dish their town made famous, pasta alla matriciana.
This is a great opportunity to try and defeat people's sadness against the earthquake. We will eat and we will drink, and only later we will start to rebuild.
Here at the tent camp, Ascenzio Attini, whose house was destroyed, was reunited with his wife and dog for the first time since the quake.
It's really horrible because it took me 20 years to get my house. And then in just 10 seconds, it was gone. Like so many others, horrible. It's really awful. But thank God, at least we're alive.
Meanwhile, applause rang out as a mark of respect at a state funeral for 35 quake victims. One of the youngest victims, 9-year-old Julia, left the community gymnasium in a white coffin. Her body was found on top of her 4-year-old sister Georgia, who miraculously survived 15 hours trapped in the rubble before her rescue. At least 290 people were killed in the quake, and the death toll is expected to rise as more bodies are found. 10 people in the town of Amatrice are still unaccounted for. Authorities say the youngest victim was 5 months old and the oldest 93. An investigation's also been launched into the collapse of a number of the town's structures, including a school which was reduced to rubble despite an earthquake strengthening bill of almost $1.5 million back in 2012. For Checkpoint, Alex Ashton.